Hey guys, it's Corinne with Thompson RV in Pendleton, Oregon. Today I'm standing in a 21 RWS backcountry and it's a brand new 2022 model. So we're going to go over a few of the features on the backcountry series, and then I'm going to show you the key features of this floor plan, slide the slide out in, show you what you can access with the slide out in while traveling down the road, and then to do a quick overview on the outside. So the first thing you're going to notice is that this looks an awful lot like the Creekside 21 RBS. It's almost the exact same floor plan. In fact, a couple years ago, this was the Timber Ridge 21 FQS, okay? So it is on the 8-inch I-beam chassis. That's a backcountry series feature. So no matter how long or short the trailer is in the backcountry series, you get the 8-inch I-beam chassis on the 20 BD and the 21 RWS, as well as the 24 and 28. 100 gallons of fresh water, the built-in Onan Generator, 16-inch wheels and tires, standard already with one solar panel on the roof, as well as a few other little features that I'll point out throughout the video. So just like the RBS, you would walk in the back entry door. You've got a nice little closet here with a couple of drawers, the bathroom, and then you've got the kitchen right here. So they've gone to a high arc faucet, single basin farm style sink with the countertop inserts. You've got the solid surface glass cover on the stove. It's a gas range, but this glass cover gives you a little bit more surface area when prepping food. Knife rack, the nice backsplash, overhead microwave, lots of overhead cabinetry, spice rack, and lots of drawers, as well as a drawer with the silverware holder in it. You will notice too that the backcountry series trim level is going to look just like the mountain series. So if you've ever been in a mountain series but haven't yet been able to step foot in a backcountry series, trim wise it's going to be almost identical. The backcountry series at this point is not available in the titanium trim level. Let's hope that someday that is an option that they provide for us, but as of right now, it's not. So you get the 8 cubic foot refrigerator right here, and it's the Norcold American-made refrigerator. You get a walk-around 60 by 80 queen bed. You still have the underbed storage, as well as the drawers that pull out on each side. It's really nice. People have asked me about the drawers on each side and how that came to be. If you look back at used trailers or something 10 years ago, they all had just a giant hole under the bed. So I mean, you'd have to practically stand on your head to get to whatever was in there. So what they've done is they've raised it up a little. They've given you an accessible drawer on each side to put in socks, underwear, whatever. And then they've made the underbed storage a little bit more shallow, but honestly, with the drawers on each side and then that bed storage, it's a lot more usable than it ever was. This remote right here runs the optional Max Air Deluxe vent fan. So it's a 10-speed exhaust or intake fan, has a built-in rain cover, so you can run it in the rain, you can run it going down the road. That's a feature, that's an option on top of any series. We option them into all of our units. You get nice long nightstands here with USB ports, a 12-volt port, and 110 plugins on both sides of the bed. Shirt wardrobe closets on both sides of the bed, as well as overhead cabinetry. Anything that comes with solar is going to come with the ZAMP charge controller right there centered over the bed. You also, if you were to order it solar ready, that's where the wiring comes down to, is right there in that location, so that you, at some point you can install your own solar. Over on that side of the bed, you're also going to get the safe, which is a backcountry series feature, as well as the Mountain Tracks toy hauler series. So that has a little key code. You can put in a pistol, your wallet, valuables, whatever you need to, but that's right next to your bed for easy access. Then over here, you've got the Mountain Dinette. They call it a Mountain Dinette because it's kind of their thing. So it's a nice extra large dinette. It makes into a long bed. I believe it's almost 7 feet long. and the table is extra sturdy. So if you've ever had a travel trailer or a fifth wheel or even a motorhome, you know that these tables just aren't very sturdy. The way Outdoors RV builds it is awesome. The Backcountry series, in their slide outs, they're going to use the blackout shades. Like, that's a feature that would come in the titanium. And then under each bench, you have a large drawer. That's what we would consider a pot and pan drawer. And they've put on these new latches that you have to actually push in the button, and that locks the drawer. So no more adjusting ball bearing guides because it's, you know, too light and flies open when you're traveling, or it's too heavy so that it doesn't come open, but then you can't open it when you're trying to. So that's a new feature that they just added. Then we're gonna come over here. You've got the Jensen 12 volt, 32-inch TV. That is standard in all Outdoors RV models. Some models come with an even bigger TV, but as you can see, this is all that this one allows for. You've got a CD, DVD, Bluetooth stereo, as well as additional 12 volt and USB ports and another 110 plug-in. Oh, one thing to note on the stereo, I'll show you on the outside, but it has outside speakers. So you can have the outside speakers on and Bluetooth your phone and listen to music. You get an extra pantry right over here with another drawer. Down at the bottom there, that's going to be your load center and also your where you would check your fuses. Thermostat. And now let's take a quick look at the bathroom. Okay, another Max Air fan here in the bathroom, as well as an air conditioner duct, skylight over the shower, a glass shower enclosure, storage behind the toilet, porcelain toilet, a heat duct in the bathroom, which is super important, a new stainless steel sink, and then the wood vanity cabinet and towel hooks, and extra towel hooks over on this side. So as you can see with the slide out in, there is tons of space to walk all the way through the trailer. You can easily open the bathroom door all the way up. Everything in this trailer is accessible easily with the slide out in. You could do dishes, you could cook, you can easily open the refrigerator, and you can even take a nap if you needed to, or sleep without ever opening the slide out. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go out and take a look at the outside. Okay, so here we are on the outside of the Backcountry 21 RWS. It only has an overall tip-to-tip length of 26 foot 3 inches, so it is going to be a single entry door. Triple aluminum step, lend-a-hand grab bar handle, full electric awning with metal protective wrap, outside speakers. Everything in the ORV lineup, including the Backcountry series, is going to come with the Off-Road X4 suspension package. So that's the More Ride CRE 3000 suspension, the heavy-duty shackles with the bronze bushings. They all have greasable zerts in there, so you can grease those on the fly. And then also the KYB off-road shocks. Standard with 16-inch wheels and tires, load range E, which would be a 10-ply tire. Here you've got 110 outlets for sitting under your awning. You can use whatever you want, a stereo or anything under the awning. This is where you're going to fill your fresh water tank. Again, that's 100 gallons of fresh water tank on the Backcountry series. Access to your refrigerator, access to your furnace. And then over here, something specific to the Backcountry is going to be this pull-out More Ride tray. And the reason they do that on this model is because with the generator on the other side, it's taking up a certain part of that front storage compartment. On a Mountain or a Titanium, you're going to have full pass-through storage. This one, it's really hard to access whatever it is on that third of the storage compartment. So they put in this tray standard. This particular unit is shipping up to Alaska. So we have our Thompson Rv package that we include with every trailer. So the water hose, Dominator 15-foot sewer hose, 30 to 110 power cord adapter, water regulator, and then the Backcountry series comes with the pressure washer on the outside instead of an outside shower. So you're going to have this hose, and then also this is going to be your barbecue adapter. It really will run any LP appliance. So the T comes right off of the tanks on the front, 10-gallon tanks on the Backcountry series because it does have an LP generator, so they've upgraded those propane tanks. But you've got a T that comes right off of there with a 12-foot hose. You can run a campfire, a Weber Q, any LP appliance that takes high pressure green cylinder bottles you can use right off your trailer. You also have some handy little straps for carrying an axe or any tools. And then we equip all of our Backcountry series with the power stabilizer jacks. That's an option from the factory. It's something that we include on all of ours. So you've got the switches right in here as well as a battery kill switch. All of the Backcountry series come with the full fiberglass cap. So again, if you're comparing to the Creekside, that's something to note, that this one is going to be heavier because it's on the larger chassis. It also gets the full fiberglass front cap instead of the half cap. The Backcountry series also comes standard with the 4 battery tray. This particular customer did opt for 4 6-volt AGMs. So those are going to be in that quad box on the front behind the 2 10-gallon propane tanks. This is your toy lock. That's your cable lock that comes on the mountain storage option. Mountain storage is probably the one I get the most questions about because of the name. So it is a 2-inch rear receiver hitch rated at 250 pounds, and then also the toy lock on the front. So whatever it is you're hauling on the back, you can lock it up safely when you leave camp. Power tongue jack is standard, as well as this little caddy to hold your 7-way cord and safety chains when not in use. Over here, this is where you're going to see the LP 3600 Onan Generator. All of the doors are slam latch doors with magnetic holdbacks. The generator exhausts right out from underneath here. This particular model, once it arrived here, we went ahead and added the slide out topper as a dealer installed option. That's something that I would highly recommend on a mountain series or a backcountry. It keeps all the debris and everything off the roof of your slide out. Technically, you're supposed to get up on the roof and sweep your slide out before you run it in. Most people don't. Well, what happens is you get pine needles, dirt, debris, pine cones, whatever, and then you run that slide out in enough times, it's going to ruin those seals. So this keeps everything off, including, let's say it's raining or snowing. You can run that slide out in and it's all just going to run off the top. So that's a really nice feature to have. Over here you have the 1-inch thick insulated door to your pressure washer, and that has its own pump and it runs at 65 psi. That's what that coil hose was for. You plug it right into here and you've got a little pressure washer to wash off whatever you need to. This is going to be your city water inlet. So if you're bypassing the water tank and want to just run directly off of water at a park or at your house or whatever, that's where you would plug in. This one is labeled Santee Flush. That is your black tank flush. Right under here you have your black and gray valves and a handy little light. But once you're done dumping your black and your gray, then you can hook up a hose here and it's going to flush out the rest of your black tank. So that is also a really great feature to have. This is your 30 amp cord. It is all twist lock. The reason they do that rather than the style that used to pull out of a hatch was the pull out style was the easiest access for critters. Outdoors RV is really good at sealing up the underbelly, sealing all of the ends of the frames. The power cord is no longer inside the trailer, and the reason being that that just allows access for mice. And you get a much more secure lock with a locking power cord. Cable hookup, satellite hookup. You've got a big tube ladder on all Outdoors RV models, 4-inch rear bumper, access to your water heater, and then a spare tire. Thank you so much for joining us on our tour of the 2022 Backcountry 21 RWS. If you have any questions about the length of the trailer or the dry weight, etc., we have those listed below this video in the notes. So be sure and check that out and let us know if you have any questions, and be sure and subscribe to our channel.